Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol BIOAQ. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame. I think that's a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Did this analysis yesterday, so that's where these green line annotations are coming from. Before I go into the chart, though, just from a presentation standpoint, this chart is pretty tricky to now talk about after today's price movement. What do I mean by that? Well, it all has to do with perspective. What do I mean by perspective? Well, if you're a day trader, flipper, whatever you want to call yourself, and you bought, right around those areas, and you want it to sell within, 20 minutes after buying, then yeah, for you, the chart looks pretty bad. Now, if you care about the big picture of things, I get it. From the highs, there was a good-sized pullback today. However, from the big picture, the bulls do still have plenty of opportunity to build a higher base. And as long as there's higher bases being built over longer periods of time, that's how long-term uptrends are constructed. I'm going to be talking about things from a big picture perspective. So if I sound crazy calling something bullish, my guess would be you just had a much different, kind of strategy and perspective going into the chart. And really the easiest way to do that is I'm just going to get rid of that line so we can focus on one level, and that's down there at the 5-cent mark. I am not saying this will happen, but just for example's sake, and let me actually scrunch up the chart here a little bit. Let's say that the price actually pulls back even further than what it already has. Again, not saying it will, but just for example's sake. So the price comes down here to this 5-cent mark, does something like that, and then starts to work its way back upwards. Emphasis on big picture. From the big picture perspective, what would you have? Well, you'd have a set of lows there. You'd have a set of lows there. You'd have a set of lows there. And you even have some lows, down there. If you picture each one of these as stair steps, what do you have from the big picture? Well, from the big picture perspective, you have these stair steps that are very clearly still progressing in the upwards direction. And that's the name of the game. That's what a truly strong move is going to do over time. It's going to make progress forward. Again, I am well aware that if you're a day trader or flipper and you bought somewhere up around there, then yeah, you couldn't care less about these stair steps. But that's why I try to offer a warning that I would be talking about things from a big picture type viewpoint. So sure, today the price pulled back, but stop and think about that word, today, as in 1 day. Looking at multiple days, which is what we're doing here, you can see the bulls still have plenty of opportunity to build that higher base, and that's the name of the game. So yeah, let's see if the bulls can construct a higher low or not. One of the biggest questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.